I was working in the lab late one night,
when my eyes beheld an eerie sight,
for my monster from his slab began to rise.
and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash,
He did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
Welcome back to
Blockbuster
Buffs.
Baddies.
Ballers, bazingas.
Broheems.
The Blockbuster boys are at it again. We're
Can't
going
stop
monster mashing. Can't stop, won't stop. Pop star, never stop, never stopping, or whatever.
Yep. Keep
Welcome
going.
to our Jaws episode, guys. We finally
Matt's
made
so
it.
Excited. I think this is the entire reason Matt wanted to do a podcast was for Jaws.
This is Shark Boy
Alone.
summer. I mean, I guess this is going to be fall for y'all, but this is like... I mean, we got a lot of shark stuff on this season, and sharks were my favorite animal for a really long time. And I love shark movies. I'm so excited about shark movies, guys.
But first, before we get into the movies, let's talk about what we watched this week. What did you watch this week, Matt?
I watched a couple of things. What did I watch this week? I'm gonna think about that for a second, but first I'm gonna say this is season 3 of Blockbuster Buffs. You should share with your friends. It's called The Boys Go Monster Mash, and we are doing the genre of monster flicks. And so obviously this week I watched Jaws. I also tried to watch Project Gemini, and I watched about half of it. And it came out in like 2021, and then I turned it off because it was so horrible. It's the first movie in a long time I've turned off because the acting was just so bad.
Yeah, who's in that one? I feel like I recall it, but
I
don't
have
remember
no
anything about
idea anybody's name in it. It was just terrible.
Well, that's good to know. Pass. I probably won't watch that.
Yeah,
I've been watching Shogun. It's sick and so good. Definitely did not realize how good this show was and gave it a shot the other day. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best like historical fictions I've watched in recent times, if not ever. It just feels like so well-rounded in all aspects of the show. The acting is on point. The like cinematography is on point. Special effects are on point. The historical accuracy of it feels on point. So, just a big win. And I love samurais. So, there you go. What's next?
That's big on FX, yeah?
That is on FX, on Hulu.
Oh, yeah. I think I do have that. Maybe I should check that out. I've been thinking about checking it out, but I'm just not like really a show person. Like, I just don't watch a lot of TV.
I mean, it's pretty easy to throw on one of those episodes. They're like 45 to an hour, I think, and it's it'll suck you in for sure, but it also is like you can take breaks. Like you'll be able to not binge it if you don't want to.
That's fair. That's a good idea. I figured out what I watched that I liked. I watched Wonka.
Oh, nice. Have not watched that yet. How was it?
It was okay. I don't know how it was. I mean, Timothy Chalamet was all right. It was like Wonka's origin story, so I was like kind of happy about that. It was fairly interesting. And I don't know. I don't know if it was good or not. Like, I enjoyed it the whole time. Like, I just don't know what it was trying to say or what it was trying to do. Like, I give it like a B-, but I really just don't know. It just was, we watched it yesterday. It was fine, but like, he's such a weird, like, he's not as weird as the Johnny Depp one, which I kind of didn't like. And it almost made him, like, seem, I don't know, too charming. He almost had too much riz.
This one, he had too much riz, yeah.
Yeah, to, like, justify the way he is in the, I've never actually seen the original one, but the Johnny Depp version. But maybe this is more correct, like, more in tune with the other one.
Yeah, it definitely is, because he's got mad riz in the original. And the Johnny Depp one is like a pretty strong detour away from
Okay, so he
the
might be
original
like,
character.
this is more honest to the Riz Master himself.
Yeah. Like the Johnny Depp one is just straight up cuckoo, and Gene Wilder, the OG, is like charismatic and like very smart. Like he's tricky, but in a meaningful way, not just in like a kooky way. The Johnny Depp one was a mediocre movie for me. It was pretty not memorable. So I'll have to give this new one a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's splitting the difference, but it maybe feels like he's doing kind of halfway on both things.
Sure.
So, overall, fine.
Fine.
So, yeah, this next part is our new summary segment, which we are limiting to 5 minutes. And then the remainder of the show is going to be Dunk or Defend, which is where we talk about the movie, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. And we give kind of our, opinionated takes on it, our expert opinion takes. As I've mentioned many a times, Joe is on this show because he has a master's in filmographies, and I watch the most movies.
The most.
Joe, what do you actually have?
It doesn't matter at this point, Matt.
Perfect.
What you say is always more fun.
He's got some like writing degree or something like that. I don't know. It's great. Joe knows a little bit more about movies than me, and that's fine. But Jaws, as I've said, is special to me, so I'm going to kick us off. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. And so, yeah, welcome to the 5-minute summary of Jaws. On your mark. Joe, count me down.
3, 2, 1.
So, Jaws opens on a beach, and there are these like people partying on the beach, and they're like teenagers, and then this lady kind of makes eyes at this other dude, and they go out night swimming, and he's like drunk, so he can't make it in, and so then she goes out skinny dipping, and out of the depths of the darkness, you see her swimming above, and then she gets yanked around and screams horribly. And then she gets yanked around and screams horribly again. And then she gets pulled underwater, never to be seen again.
Ever.
Jaws! Yeah, that's like the most exciting part of the movie. No, not really. But, yeah, so then they find her dead body on the beach the next day, and they call Sheriff Brody over, and he's like, this is a shark. It's bad. We got to close the beaches. And the mayor's like, hold on, man. It's 4th of July weekend. We're not going to close the beach or talk about sharks. I'm sure it's just a scavenger situation. Which apparently, according to some dude on Rogan's podcast, that actually is the truth. But I only have 4 minutes left. So anyway, so then they don't close the beaches and the people go back to the beach. And then a kid gets killed by a shark on a raft. And it's real bad. And the town freaks out because the kid was just there at the beach. And they're all like really super upset about it. And so then they call in like an expert who's Richard Dreyfuss, and then they're like, the whole town freaks out and starts hunting after the shark. And then what happens, Joe?
Well, Richard Dreyfuss gets called in, and the mayor's still trying to call it hogwash. But finally, the 4th of July day hits. Everyone's come in from out of town, and they're hanging out on the beach. They're out. One group paves the way for getting out in the water, but then a fin pokes up out of the water. Everybody freaks out. Whistles get blown. They come running back to the beach. Turns out it was just a couple kids. But in the meantime, Brody's son and some of his friends are in the little bay pond, and the shark has made its way in. There's another man on a little jetty thing, little boat, hanging out by the boys. In comes Jaws. That guy gets knocked off his boat and chomped up. And then Brody's son gets real shocked. He freaked out. They have to pull him out of the water, but he's fine. All the other boys make it out fine. But now it is for real, and the mayor knows it. And Brody basically forces the mayor to sign this ledger to hire Mr. Quint to track down the shark. Brody goes to Mr. Quint. Oh, we missed an important scene. Brody and Dreyfuss had gone looking they got drunk and gone looking in the middle of the night for the shark.
So they caught a shark between those two beach scenes. They caught a shark.
Oh, right.
And then they thought, the mayor's like, that's the shark. And the Richard Dreyfuss is like, no, that's not the shark. And then that's when they basically go get drunk and they cut open the shark's belly, and then they like don't find a boy in there, so they're like, this is not the shark. And so Brody's there on the beach like while everyone's swimming, and he's like, I know that wasn't the shark, but I can't do anything about it because the mayor's got me all, chained up basically. And so
Yep.
then after the other man dies, the mayor has no choice but to let him hire Quint, and he and Quint and Richard Dreyfuss all go out on this boat to catch Jaws. And then the rest of the movie is just them out on a boat.
Yep. We get a really good monologue from
Get
Quint.
some good character development.
Oh yeah, that one is intense. He had been in the Navy, and Japanese U-boat had sunk their ship, and over 1,000 men had been thrown into the drink. And over many days before they were rescued, sharks circled them and chomped them down. They lost nearly 800 men, and it's why he has chased sharks his whole life. So eventually they get some harpoons stuck into Jaws.
Yeah, it's
Jaws
cool. They like shoot him, and then they throw these barrels out after him, and then that like slows him down, kind of like you would drag like a fish, which a shark is a type of fish. Crazy.
Big fish. So the air tanks drags Jaws around. He gets tired out, but also gets pissed off. So eventually he starts coming back to the boat and ripping it up.
Yeah, he's so big, he just rips the boat up. It's awesome.
Yeah. Hooper goes in the shark cage, goes down, gets in a fight with Jaws, gets away. Quint gets chomped up.
He gets
eaten, and then
Brody throws a scuba tank into his mouth, and then and then he shoots it with a gun and it explodes.
Blows it up.
That's it.
Hooper and Brody make it out alive.
Well, there's our 5-minute summary. If you just saw that on YouTube, go ahead and listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Blockbuster Buffs. We out. Cool. It was all right. It's a pretty good summary. We might have to color it in a little bit more in the Dunk or Defend, but yes. We made it. I love these summaries because they really keep you under the gun. But this movie, the plot is fairly light, so it wasn't actually as hard as I think.
Yeah. And it honestly isn't very complicated. It's a pretty typical small town has a monster problem sort of narrative, and I mean it is kind of like one of the formula grandfathers for this trope, but
it's the grandfather for a whole podcast, Joe.
That's true.
It's the first blockbuster ever made by our boy Steven Spielberg, the king of the blockbuster.
The king.
It is the first movie that ever was released this way, and it even changed the way movies are released, to the point where they used to be released more in the winter when people weren't, out doing things out in the yard and stuff. So oh yeah, the winter's good for movies because, you want to go watch movies when it's, snowing outside or cold. But this movie changed that up to where they're like, oh, actually, this was the most successful movie we've ever had because everyone's out of school and they're all out, ready to go. And so, yeah, it really reshaped Hollywood since the time it came out. Which
Absolutely.
is crazy. And,
yep.
Our podcast is named Blockbuster Buffs because of Jaws.
Without Jaws, there's no Blockbuster.
Yeah. Which I just found out that they named the Blockbuster movie after, bombs in World War II that would just, blow up, blockades and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
wow.
oh, yeah, it's just,
just
going crazy.
Yeah, so popular at blowing stuff up. I never knew that. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, I'm full of them. So what's our next segment?
Well, it's Dunk or Defend.
Right.
So we are going to basically give some of our opinion and some of how well did the movie do what it was trying to do in the universe that it exists within. So, I mean...
This is where we count down. Neither of us know what the other person is going to say, or we try to not know. And then we have to either dunk or defend. There's going to be dunks or defends for each, from each person, but whatever you choose, you kind of have to lean into a little bit. Ready, Joe? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Defend.
Dunk.
Oh, no.
You're making a big mistake.
No, Joe.
Since I
All
dunk,
right.
I'll go first.
Yes, you should go first. You are really swimming upstream on this one.
All right, so here's the thing. This movie, yes, is the grandfather of all blockbusters, but rewatching it these days is just like, it's pretty boring. And there's not like, the best moments are when the shark is eating people and they're fighting him in the end. Other than that, there's like only a few good moments. And it's just like slow, like small town, like it's not that like it's just so basic. There's not that whole lot going on.
Mm-hmm. That's your dunk. Jaws is slow.
And it's just like it's not very scary to me anymore. You know, like at the time I could see it being very scary when it first came out for those watchers, which I like gotta give the credit where credit is due. Like, yeah, I gotta think of it as when it came out, the time when it came out.
Yeah, it's
And now
1975. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now it's just like, it's going to tease me. It's going to drag me along for a little while. I'm not going to be that shocked by much going on. And it'll have some cool parts, but I might like nod off for a little while too. Which I did.
All right, Joe. Well, there it is. I'm going to defend Jaws. I know that it seems wild that someone would defend a movie that's so boring. But as my wife also says, I'm going to say Joe and my wife are both wrong, definitively, for a couple, 3 reasons.
A couple, 3.
The number one reason is that Jaws is a drama. And it was also particularly like a thriller, maybe a thriller, but it's not like a horror movie. And it does, I think, very successfully communicate the thrill. I think even today, having seen it multiple times, I'm going to disagree with Joe. Like, I think even if you saw it for the first time today, if you did, dial into it a little bit and were able to not be so distracted by the fact that it feels old, I think you'd still feel the tension that it's trying to produce. And like, I think you still feel it when that mom slaps Brody in the face, and you can feel like his anxiety about the water. The whole movie, you can see like these characters are so thoroughly well developed and so interesting to watch. I think like the way that he's, doesn't like to swim, doesn't get into the ocean, but he's a sheriff on an island is kind of an odd situation. It's a little bit, but like it creates tension. It creates interesting moments. Jaws is so atmospheric, which is like it's also so beautiful. Like so much of the film, even with the old cameras, like the way it's lit, the way the colors work, like it's a beautiful movie. It's awesome. And then that opening scene, I'm going to give it credit. This is reason number 2. The opening scene is just like, especially the first time you see it. Like if we're going to rate it on, just because it is, from 1975, it's hard to be super objective about it. But like the first time you see it, like I feel like especially as a kid, like there's like a weird titillation to like a naked lady swimming that is just so immediately like it makes it that much more jarring when it's just like she is screaming like horrified and you're just like, this is the worst thing ever. like this lady is out there like just living free in the ocean and enjoying herself, and then like she's just dead now. And like that hits really hard. The way they shot it, the way they filmed it, the way they did the effects of her like getting drug around, like her acting. It's such a good start.
It's absolutely iconic.
Yeah,
Like, no doubt, it is iconic.
It's unbelievable, and it deserves it. And then there's the drama scenes. Like, I mean, I think what's his face? J.J. Abrams talks about the scene with the kid in the kitchen where he's talking to him, and he's like, "Come on, give us a kiss, because I need it." And he's like playing like, he moves his hand, and the kid moves his hand. He covers his face, and the kid covers his face. Like, that human connection element is masterful, and Steven Spielberg is a master at it. And he is from day one, and it's the one thing, like, I even talked about it with War of the Worlds. Like, when you start to look at the way these people talk to each other and the way they interact, it is just amazing. Excuse me.
There's some, like, phenomenal dramatic scenes. That one is absolutely up there. Him and Hooper getting drunk with his wife. That scene is like, it's very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Them having the monologue, Quint's long monologue is great. There's a lot of there. It is like masterful, no doubt. Like, it is.
Smile, you son of a bitch! Like,
yeah,
he's literally, the boat is sinking, and you feel the other thing that I noticed is in this movie that other movies don't do now. Like, it's rare that it happens, but there's a problem that's a real problem. It's not like kind of a problem. It's like the boat is sinking. They're in the middle of the ocean. The ticking clock is real. Like, their boat is sinking, and a shark is attacking them. Like, and I just love that. Like, they're gonna get out of it, but even if they get out of it, they're not doing okay. Like, I love that there's like real stakes to this movie. Oh man. And then also, you say it's boring. Like, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I mean, it's not that long, first of all, and even still, like, there are so many more shark attacks in this movie than I remembered, because everyone says it's so boring, or everyone says it's like, oh, there's not. It's 2 hours, right? So it's a little long. But there's the shark attack at the beginning, which is at least like 4 minutes. There's the scene on the beach where they just build tension and then they kill that boy. And that's got to be, there's that one. Then there's the one in they call it the pond. Then there's the scene where they go out and, like, catch the shark. Then there's the scene of the shark strung up. There's Quint scratching his nails on the chalkboard. Like, none of those parts are boring. And so, like, the real part where it gets slow is when they're out on the water. But, like, that's just, like, seeing the tension between Richard Dreyfuss and Quint. I mean, I can't say a bad thing about this movie. Like, it's awesome. Also, seeing their method of catching the sharks, and that Quint is like a straight up crazy person who smashes their rate. Like, he's not like kind of crazy and then he becomes like cute. He's not. He's just crazy, and then he stays crazy, and he keeps being crazy, and then he dies.
That's one dunk. Is why does he smash the radio?
Because he's crazy. Because in his mind, he's Captain Ahab, and he's going to kill this shark. And ain't no way some Coast Guard member is going to come be like, get off your boat. He's like, no, I'm dying with this. I'm going to kill a shark, or I'm going to die trying. Because he's a maniac.
From my filmic sensibilities.
Right, with your master's degree in film.
With my master's degree in filmology and cinematics.
Mm-hmm.
It is a masterfully made movie. There are just so many like beautiful parts that are real little things, like the angles of the shots and the framing and the tension, like the drama. It absolutely is masterfully crafted. And, for Steven Spielberg being freaking like whatever he was, 27.
I think so,
yeah. It's phenomenal that he was able to make this at that young of an age and have it be as big as it is, as important as it's been. So it just like goes to show how great he was already, but then just kind of the potential for his whole career, which we've seen be one of the best in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a master. I will give like sometimes you gotta admit your biases on things. And
Sometimes.
when I was a kid, my sister would go to movies with her friends, and she'd go see a horror movie, and my dad would be like, "That movie's stupid," and he'd be like, "Yeah, you gotta see like real horror movies like The Exorcist." Or Jaws, which I guess isn't like a horror movie, it's more of a thriller, but those movies are at least like really good and interesting and smart. And so like I just heard good things about Jaws growing up. And then I went to Universal Studios multiple times and I saw the mechanical shark like moving through the water. And it's like yeah, and like jumping out in the boat like so like saw some of these props in like real life at a pretty young age, like 6 or 7. And then I didn't watch Jaws. I'd watched Jaws when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, like deep in cinema, like nerd territory, where I was almost like not into Steven Spielberg anymore. Like I almost thought like his movies are too.
You were too Wes Anderson-y at that point.
Exactly.
Yep.
But then Jaws like brought me back in because it is like more. I don't know. It's one of his most I feel like artistic movies.
Yeah.
Maybe not most, but compared to Raiders, it's like, all right, this is like expert level. And yeah, I guess people think it's boring, which I just can't wrap my head around, but I guess I kind of can. It's a little slow. Like there is a level of slowness to it. And if you learn about like why that is, I mean, you can't bring in stuff outside the movie to like justify decisions that they made, or you got to take the movie on its own terms. But they just kept having problems with the shooting on the sea and the shark. So they kept having to shoot above the water instead of like more intense shark moments.
But I will admit that like the shark does look great. Like the shark looks really good and it's looks real. Like,
Yeah.
it is. There are very few times where I'm like, oh, that is like clearly a prop. Like, no, it actually almost always looks like a full-on real shark that swims, like is swimming naturally and doing like what it would look like in the water. Which definitely give it props for that.
Yeah, like even when it comes out to like when Brody's looking over the side and then it comes out, I feel like that one it looks pretty real and crazy, and you kind of see those videos even on Instagram and stuff where the shark like comes out and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. The only time it looks really fake, I think, is when it's on the boat and it's moving its head back and forward, and you can see the latex of its like jaws like shoot out, and you're like, oh yeah, that's like rubber. I could tell. But
And it's chomping on Quint.
yeah, otherwise it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is.
So I love Jaws. I'm very impressed by it. I'm bummed you dunked on it. Now that I've given my rebuttal, are you you got more dunks? You got you softening on anything, or you just?
I mean, it was a toss-up in the first place. It's a pretty like soft dunk. I do appreciate the drama of this movie quite a bit. It's a good watch, and it's like just kind of a classic. Like you have to watch this movie for your film knowledge to be well-rounded, to know like so much of the like artful side of crafting a thriller monster movie.
Not showing the monster. That's why we have on the monster mashup. Kind of why we have the Coy Boys section. Like, how well do they tantalize us? I feel like the tantalizing with the monster was pretty high on Jaws. Like, that's one of the things it's known for. I don't know. I agree with that. I don't know if Joe agrees with that, but the fact you don't really see the shark, especially the first time, like, it really doesn't. I like this movie. I like watching it, but it doesn't do the same thing after you've seen it. But I feel like that first time, I did feel that, like, where is this Like, it was scarier because you don't see it. And I see that principle in other movies, and Jaws made it happen accidentally.
I don't know if that was accidental. Like,
I think he said it was accidental. Like,
What do
they
you
didn't
mean?
show the shark for a really long time. They really tried, like, because of the problems with the shark, animatronics.
Huh.
So, like, that was the problem. Like, they would have showed it more. Like, the
Yeah.
scene where the boy gets, taken out by the shark. Like, you don't actually see the shark
Right.
at all. And you don't see
Yeah.
the shark with the girl. And you barely see the shark with the dude who gets flipped off his boat. You see its tail, its
Yeah.
fin. But, like,
That's the first time we see the shark.
yeah, I think you were supposed to actually see it in those scenes. But they couldn't get the shark to work.
Well, that is like that accidentally created an entire genre.
Yeah.
Like,
like a
literally.
principle of film is, like,
Yeah.
built on the idea, like, don't show the monster. Like,
Yeah.
you have to, like, it's crazy.
Huh. Interesting. I would not have thought it was an accident.
That's my understanding. That's the lore around it.
Yeah.
Who knows if that's right or not?
I'll talk to Steve someday.
Yeah.
Get the truth.
Let him know.
Are we good? Are we going into it? Are we wrapping up Dunk or Defend? You got any more to add?
I mean, the plot is pretty. The plot's like kind of nothing, but Richard Dreyfuss is great in this movie.
He is. This might be my favorite Richard Dreyfuss part ever.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of him. I'm not a fan, but I'm not like I didn't love him in What About Bob, but like he's great in this movie, and the relationship with Brody's great. I mean, so that's how I feel about Jaws. It's awesome. My wife bought me it for Father's Day, and I'm so happy.
Nice.
Woo!
Let's get into the Monster Mash,
The Monster Mash.
shall we?
It's a graveyard smash. So, yeah, do you want to explain what we're doing for this?
I will. So this is our ranking segment. Similar to last season, we have 5 different categories, but now they all relate completely to monster movies. So we are ranking each category 1 to 10, and the first category is Coy Boys. How well do they do at tantalizing us with the monster? Second is Chomps and Stomps. How cool are the deaths? Third is Thrills and Chills. How exciting or scary is the whole everything? The challenge rating is fourth one, and that is how powerful is the monster, how OP. And then last is Blood Brothers. What trauma bonds are formed
Yeah, I don't like that term.
between main characters? I'm not against it. It's kind of what happens. Like, that is a thing.
That's fair.
But first up, we got Coy Boys.
All right, coy boys. How coy are these monsters? Well,
I mean, this is the front runner for coyness, even if on accident. So I would say 9 or 10.
yeah, I think you're right.
We don't see the monster until the 4th kill.
Yeah, and we only see its. Do we even see its teeth then?
Yeah. It comes up out of the water just a little bit at one point.
Yeah, and then there's
I
that. The next scene that you see it is probably. I don't know. I mean, a full hour and 10, 20 minutes in where he's chumming the water and you see its whole face come
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
And the way, yeah, I'm gonna advocate for a 10 personally.
I'll allow it.
Just because he said it. I mean, is there a way to, it's the original. It started
Yeah.
the idea of doing this,
Yep.
and it does it so well.
Monster
right.
Vision on point.
Oh yeah, Monster Vision is incorporated in that. I forgot.
The front runner of Monster Vision.
Yeah. The Monster
Chomps and
Vision in this
Stomps?
movie is okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. No, it's really good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really good. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Monster
just the
Vision.
right amount.
Yeah.
All right, Chomps and Stomps. How cool are the deaths?
They're pretty great deaths.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're at 10 level because there's nothing like that. One at the beginning is just horrifying. It's the only scary part of the movie, I think.
I mean, sure.
Oh,
but
and then Quince is.
yeah, Quince is freaking insane. Quint is just stabbing the side of the shark's face while it's chomping down on its bottom half. Chomps him right in half. Oh, but then the guy you see, he gets like basically bit in half, and then his leg falls to the bottom of the water. That's pretty
Oh,
gnarly.
yeah, that one's crazy.
The boy just turning into a making the water just completely red all around him.
Yeah, this is. Oh man, how cool! All right, I'm gonna say like. I want to say like 8 because are you in the dock right now?
The dock? Yeah, I'm in the dock.
Yeah, I want to say 8 because I don't have any like. I never like root for the monster.
I don't think we care about that.
True, but when the dude in Jurassic Park who's on the toilet like gets chomped, you know,
Yeah.
you're like hell yeah. Or when like Jurassic Park does it pretty well, but there's definitely plenty of times in movies where people get hit and you're like, whoa. Whereas these are all very serious and like painful, and they're very successful. And I don't want to I don't want to give it on there, but or I don't want to like dock it for that necessarily, but I think like part of the monster flick is a level of like fun, and none of these kills are fun. So I want to at least drop it 1 point, maybe 2 for that.
I still think it deserves a 9.
All right, 9 it is.
You've got.
They are exceptional. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You've got, and they're all like kind of in like different things happen. Like you get kind of a different vibe from each kill too.
Yeah, and there's different levels of like emotional connection to each character that gets killed.
Yep.
All right, cool. 9 it is.
Mm-hmm.
Chomps and stomps. Now we got thrills and chills. Thrills and chills are how exciting and or scary is this movie? So, this is where we're running into a bit of an issue with Jaws.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tension.
There is.
It's there's a lot of tension.
I'm never like there's only a few moments that I'm like really scared, and there's only a few moments where like my heart is pumping, like I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 4 or 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 or 6. So if you're saying 4 or 5, I mean I think 5 is a respectable score.
5 it is. Challenge rating, this monster is pretty badass. But they're also
It's gonna get docked at least 3 points just by its very existence. Maybe 4.
What do you mean?
Your challenge rating is going to be limited by your scope of mobility, and if I can just get out of the water,
That's true.
Your how powerful you are. It's like, well,
you're not going to get me.
Yeah. If I get on the land, then you're not powerful at all. It just drops to 0.
That's absolutely true.
So I'm willing to take 2, if not 3 points off for that. I'd say 2 off for that.
And
at the very least.
Like I would say 3 for that even. If they it's like how they don't actually try that hard to kill the thing early on either. Mm-hmm. Like if you really wanted to kill this thing,
you could kill it with guns.
You could kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a freaking like a couple 50 cals, a couple machine guns, just like go out and chum and then do what they were doing, like get it stuck with some of the floating tubes.
If they had a slightly bigger boat.
Yeah, just shoot the shit out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think also as big as it is, a full-grown male orca would kill this thing. Like, it would be the closest fight it's ever had, but it would still take it down. Like, it's easily got like a full ton or two on it. Like, it's just as agile and much smarter. Like, I mean, but if we're looking at like a xenomorph wouldn't take it down. It would take down an anaconda for sure. Like,
Is a xenomorph the alien or the predator?
the alien, the predator would destroy Jaws
Yeah.
instantly without any issue at all.
Yeah.
Unless it snuck up on him. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking like monster categories. I mean, it's maybe like 6, 7.
I'd say 6.
All right. A little bit stronger than the anaconda.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't know though. Anaconda has all that movement out of water too.
There is that out of water thing, but the anaconda's mouth is much smaller, and yeah, no.
That's true. It's a little bit more like fightable in the moment. Anaconda, like you have a chance to fight it while it is attacking you, whereas with the shark, you're just done for if it gets a hold of you.
Yeah, like if you hit the anaconda in the head, its head is so small and it feels pain and stuff.
Yeah.
But like if you hit Jaws in the head, it's like no, nothing. He does
Didn't
not
feel
care about
No.
anything you do until he like bleeds out and dies. He's like a bear almost. All right, so let's talk about the bonds formed along the way. That's our treasure. You get to walk away from these moments with friends who could last a lifetime.
Dude, I'm going to say a 10.
I'm going to say a 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Absolute 10. People who
Like-
did not know each other, who now will talk regularly and see each other every couple years and like drink and reminisce and be friends forever.
Yep. Absolutely.
It doesn't get much better than that.
Nope. And the fact that like they were complete strangers and then throughout the movie like they had a few like really connecting moments and then like the final big connecting moment and it ends with them swimming away to safety together, like yeah, absolutely 10.
All right. That gives us our total score of 40
Nice.
out of 50. So that's a pretty good
That's a
pretty
score
good
to beat.
score. I mean,
That's the score to beat right there.
there's definitely room for improvement. It's just an 80%.
only number 2.
But yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to Blockbuster Buffs. Please comment and share and do the whole deal.
Thanks for listening.
Keep monster mashing out there.
If I went to Hogwarts, I would use